Hello my lovelies, and welcome to my little cottage by the sea, the place where I love to stitch and craft my way to a vintage inspired and sustainable lifestyle. I have some lovely romantic sewing plans to share with you today, as it seems that I may be entering my romantic era. Two fabrics are skirts, and this first one you would have seen in a thrift haul video that I shared. This is an unknown composition, but it looks like a sort of gauzy rayon of some kind to me. It's this very beautiful black background with roses on, so beautifully romantic but also slightly gothic, which is where I tend to reside on the sartorial spectrum. So I'm going to make a skirt out of this, and recently on Patreon I did some stylized waistbands. These are more structured waistbands that you can put with A-line skirts or trousers, even whatever it is that takes your fancy. I'm just going to be doing a very simple gathered skirt or dirndl skirt, and then this will go beautifully with some cotton, white cotton blouses, or just black t-shirts or graphic t-shirts, so you can do that romantic thing but also that sort of casual thing with it. But there is 2.5 or nearly 3 meters by quite a narrow width, so vintage fabric always comes up quite narrow, and this was £15 from a lovely shop in St Leonard's called Nomad. So excited to get making this one. My second skirt I'm going to be making out of this really lovely Liberty Wiltshire berries. I've made a dress out of this before. This is a poplin rather than a Tana lawn, and I'm going to be making one of my Calypso skirts, which is a pattern available on my shop, and it's just a very simple tiered skirt. So it's not a pattern, it's a pattern cutting guide, and you just cut out rectangles. I give you all the mathematicals and instructions over there, and this is based off of a vintage skirt that I bought, so the proportions are really beautiful. They give you a really lovely silhouette and also elasticated waist for those hot sweaty summer days, but you're still going to look elegant and refined. A Liberty garment is always a wonderful addition. So 2 skirts out of these beautiful fabrics. To go with those skirts, I'm going to need a blouse or 2, and ordinarily I'd reach for my 1940s blouses, and when I put them on I just didn't feel right. It's a really strange thing, because I've loved those blouses, but just at the moment they're just not doing it for me. So I am going to be making a Greta blouse, which is my own pattern. It's a pattern cutting guide. I really like this idea of having sort of totally size inclusive, because you just use your own measurements and then you create your own pattern pieces directly on fabric and you sew them up. And this dress is the Greta dress. I'm going to be making a Greta blouse out of this really lovely white linen, beautifully cooling. Linen's such a good fabric for summer. It's really the best fabric for summer because it's cooling and it's absorbent, and it also just hangs really beautifully. When I put this dress on I feel so happy, so I'm thinking that a blouse in this, but with short sleeves I think, and maybe a frill. It's a really adaptable, hackable process once you sort of get the hang of it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I'm going to need another couple of tops. I say need, not really needing. But another couple of tops that I'm thinking of, I haven't got the patterns or any particular specific pattern, and I haven't got fabrics for them, but I am thinking that some kind of chemise type top. I'm really loving my little chemise slip that I have. I got this from Hawk and Dove Vintage a really long time ago, and they're quite hard to get now, especially in a more voluptuous size like mine. I would like to make some kind of chemise type top, and even though I'm not officially doing Me Made May this year, I have sort of made this kind of pledge to myself, thinking about taking my sewing forward to really focus on those sort of heritage sewing crafts, things like lace insertion, quilting, patchwork and so on, to create really beautiful one-off unique pieces of couture for myself and to have fun with my wardrobe. I then have 4 dresses, yes I know, 4 dresses that I want to make, and they're all a bit of a riff on the same thing. One of my favourite and most worn makes recently was the pink needle cord dress that I made from a vintage style pattern that I found in a charity shop, and I love that pattern. I did tweak it a lot to fit me, but this very, very simple idea of a fitted bodice and a gathered skirt, like my best dress that I showed you in the Regal Core video recently. So I've got 4 dresses that I want to make that are adaptations of that bodice with a simple gathered skirt. So the first fabric I have is this really pretty black viscose with these little rosebuds. They're sort of pinky red raspberry rosebuds. Very, very, very ditzy. I've got 3 meters of this, and what I would like to do with this is to create a bodice that is lower than that original dress. So I'm going to be playing around with the bodice, but I want to square it off even more, and then across this bit have a gathered panel here. So that sort of milkmaid look, but without it actually having a seam under the bust, because I am rather boobalicious and I just feel like having a sort of a shelf there might not work for me, but having a sort of a sleeker bodice but then with that same effect there would be really, really pretty, and then just with a gathered skirt on it and a little puff or a little sleeve would be really, really pretty. So that's the first version of the dress. My second version of the dress is going to be made out of this linen. I'm just holding up a small bit here, but I do actually have quite a lot of it. So this was part of a big donation that was given to me by a costume designer friend. Probably got lipstick all smushed all over my face, all over my teeth as well. And she donated these fabrics, and this was in there, and I just thought, I'm probably not gonna wear this, and thought about donating it, but it's a really pretty mauvey fabric. So it's more mauvey in real life. Here it's sort of looking a little bit more grey. There is a lot of this fabric. And I just finished reading Tracy Chevalier's The Lady and the Unicorn, which is about very famous tapestries that were made in the 1400s in Brussels and Paris. And the descriptions of those tapestries just sparked something in my head. I'm really loving these sort of literary inspirations that are inspiring these ideas. And what I want to do with this is do another style dress, change the neckline to a more rounded neckline, and then inspired by my favourite Liberty print, Honeymoon, which is from the 30s, to actually do a sweet pea embroidery round the neckline with sort of machine embroidered cobwebs as well. So I actually found a transfer in my vintage iron-on embroidery transfers that I have, which sort of put all of them together. It was sort of a little bit of an accidental, I just put them all on my sewing table and suddenly the idea was there. So that is one that I am really excited to do, and it's going to take a little bit of time, so I will document that one and share the process in a video, because I've noticed I haven't really done very many actual proper sewing videos for quite a while, and I'm missing doing that. So hopefully lots of these are going to be projects that you're actually going to see as videos and tutorials, so that you can sew along too, should you wish to. This next fabric is another linen, which was very kindly given to me by my lovely friend Anna. So hello Anna, I know you do watch along with these videos. So this is a sort of thinner, more drapey linen than the other, and actually you can see, I think, when you put them together, that this is quite mauve when you put it next to this lavender. And this, I want to do another version of the style dress, but I'm very inspired by the artist Terza Garwood. I actually went with Anna to see the exhibition at the Dulwich Picture Gallery in London, and there was a beautiful quilt there, and I just thought that this linen with some kind of patchwork, maybe a star or something, would just look really fabulous. And there's an option to sort of do piping and to just make something really special. And I'm thinking that I'll make the darts a bit less, so the dress is a little looser, and then it will just be a little bit more comfortable for summer. I may end up doing that with all the dresses actually, because that style dress is quite fitted. And what I'm loving about the Greta is that it's just very swishy and airy and light, even though this is a black linen. And I really do need some white linen to make another version of this, but with short sleeves. But I'm getting really carried away, because there's still one more fabric to show you in this particular lot of sewing plans, which are actually definitely 100%, 1,000,000 gazillion % going to be happening. I'd seen this as one of the fabric options for a 1940s summer dress in the Hedy Lamarr style Icons video, and I just could not stop thinking about it. And then when I went to see it in real life, I just absolutely had to have it. So I got 3 meters, and it's cotton, although it does look very linen-y. Now, I had originally thought I was going to do a sort of cowl neck dress, because I've been thinking about that for a really long time. One of my favourite dresses I made was a cowl neck dress out of a blue gingham vintage duvet cover, and it was inspired by Dame Viv. I think that dress is a little bit small for me, so I was thinking I was going to do one of those. But the more I think about it, the more I just want to do another one of those style dresses. But on this one, what I want to do is I want to sort of change the shaping and have an opening with little ties, and then have a sort of big puffy sleeve, and I suppose a gathered skirt. I only got 3 meters, so it's probably not enough for a full circle skirt, which would be lovely. I would need more fabric than 3 meters to do a full circle skirt, but basically I've got this sort of 4 fabrics that are all a riff on the style dress and this fit and flare dress, but I'm wanting to wear that. I'm listening to the information that my wardrobe declutter is telling me, and I know that all of the things that I want to make for my romantic summer sewing plans are actually things that I'm going to really love, because there's a lot of stuff in my wardrobe that I'm just not in love with anymore. So part of that decluttering is making space for things that just are gonna fill you with joy. And hopefully this year I'll actually really enjoy summer dressing. So those are my romantic sewing plans for my summer wardrobe, and I hope you've enjoyed having a little look at these. As I said, I haven't been doing very many sewing videos over here, but I am going to be doing some. So if there's any of these particular projects that you would really like to see, then pop it in the comments, because I'm happy to oblige. As ever, my lovelies, thank you so much for taking the time to spend the time with me here in my little cottage by the sea. I am very grateful for your time and for all your kind words. They really do mean so very much to me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.